Hello, and welcome to the King's Tea Spill. As always, it's me, King RJ, here with the other kings of the panel. Of course, King Nick is off this week, but he'll be back with us next week. How you doing, King Jagger?
I'm well. I'm dazzling in my little rhinestones.
Okay, Rhinestone Shining. How you doing, King Lois?
I'm doing well, feeling like a zebra, feeling like round.
Ah!
Come on, Rare. As always, make sure you hit that subscription button and click the notification bell for more updates from the King's Tea Spill. So, in King Nick's absence, we have decided to bring in an extra special guest host this week. This week, we are so happy to welcome Sir Edward Poppington as our guest host. He is an Atlanta-based YouTuber and content creator. How are you doing today, Sir Edward?
I am doing great. It's good to be amongst kings.
Yes, and we are so happy to have you. So, alrighty, guys, we're going to go right into the Royal Games. Alrighty, so how this game is going to work is King Lois does not know who his character is. We're going to show you that right now. So what he's going to have to do is ask us questions and try to figure out who exactly he is. So, King Lois, your category for you to get an idea is a famous singer.
Sir Edward, are they in a group? Is it a group of singers, collective?
No,
Um,
solo
but
artist.
solo artist. Let me see. King Jagger, is it a male or female?
She's all woman.
She's a whole woman.
She's all woman. Yep.
She's all woman.
In
Um,
fact, she's every woman.
she's every woman. Okay, is it Whitney Houston?
Oh,
Catch your bottom
you got
dollar.
it.
Shoot.
Shoot. Alrighty, so it's time for round two. This time it's King Jagger's turn. So, King Jagger, you also have a famous singer.
Okay. King RJ, male or female?
Female.
Okay. It said female.
Female. No, she's female. She's a woman.
Okay.
She's a biological woman.
Biologically.
King Lois, did she have a song out last year?
She didn't have a song out last year, but she did perform somewhere last year.
Okay. So she's
And
keeping up. She's paying the rent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
She's still working.
okay. Sir Edward. Oh. That makes it
Yes.
hard. Can she dance in heels?
Oh, she can definitely dance in heels. She can dance in anything. As a matter of fact, that's her best thing that she can do in my book. That's the only thing she can do.
Hey, now
Woo!
it was someone high at first. Now you said only thing she can do. Is it
Well,
J-Lo?
she's known for a lot of things, but me personally, I would say dancing is what she needs to stick to.
It's probably one of her best things, yes.
J-Lo.
Oh, he got it right.
Yeah, I knew. See, I thought it was Beyonce. Then he was like, "That's the only thing she do," and I was like, "It's J-Lo."
I could have been talking about Maya.
No, it was J-Lo. We don't know her. We don't know her.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. It's time for the King's Closet, of course. This week, we are going to review a couple of the looks from the Grammys. Let's go ahead and start this off with Taylor Swift. She was in a floral Oscar de la Renta dress. Alrighty, King, so how are we feeling about this flower power dress? King Lois?
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the colors. I love how it fits. I love how it forms her body. It's just everything. Taylor Swift can sometimes do no wrong to me, my opinion. In dress.
Um, that's gonna be a negative for me. I do not like the flower dress. It's the I don't know. It's the composition with the mesh and the flower, and it
It
didn't.
did give me very doily,
Uh,
I
like
love
Grandma Doily.
Yes, it was giving me very old school grandma's house napkin towels. Um, Sir Edward, how are you feeling about it?
Well, I agree. I love Christian Dior, and I think that they come out with beautiful things, but this was definitely not one of them. And I think that it really did give me very grandma, children in the attic, doily feel.
Children of the Corn
Yes.
and King Jager.
um, I don't like it. I mean, Aretha said it best, great gowns, but this wasn't it here.
Come on, great gowns, great
Mm-mm.
gowns. Gotcha. Okay, so moving on to Harry Styles, who was in a head
Uh,
to toe Gucci look.
Ugh, I can't stand it. I want to throw up. I mean, he's like, I don't know what his thing is, but he's like playing on like the feminine, masculine
He's playing
thing.
with the androgynous look.
Yeah, he loves it, but what?
Yeah,
I don't think anyone will wear it. Not a
I don't
fan.
see androgyny though.
I don't see an androgynous person. I don't see nobody. I see he went in the store and had to run out real quick. That's what I see.
They forgot to give him a shirt.
Right.
King Lois, how you feeling?
I mean, it's a no. It's not my favorite look. It's not for me. It's something I wouldn't wear. It's something I wouldn't do. Um, no, it's just not for me.
So it sounds like we got one, two, three, four chops. Four chops across the board.
Chop
Yeah.
suey.
Next,
I did like the
moving-
boa though.
The boa was cute. Next, moving on to Lizzo in a Bauman mini dress. Sir Edward, how do you feel about Lizzo's mini dress?
I love Lizzo, and I think that she is really, really making a lot of moves out here. And she was definitely making a move to some 90s prom in that dress. I thought it looked really good, and I thought the fit was good, but I just thought she could do better for the Grammys.
I definitely seen Ghetto Prom. The first thing on my mind was like 90s.
I went to the prom in the 90s, so I know.
Yeah. Yeah, 90s prom realness category is. All
Little
right,
Mermaid.
King Lois, how do you feel about the mini dress?
I love Lizzo how she loves herself. She loves her body. She embraces her body. She's not scared to try new things. Is not scared to go over the boundaries a little bit. But the dress was just a no for me. It just wasn't for the Grammys. That was my problem. That wasn't a dress for the Grammys. No.
Right.
That's why.
And King Jager?
No.
Just no.
Y'all a tough crowd.
All right, moving on down to Megan Thee Stallion, who was in a Dolce and Gabbana orange gown. I will start by saying I don't think the gown worked for her. Like Megan is known for body, Megan is known for her shape, and I didn't see any bit of that in this gown, which might be what she was going for. She might have been trying to work against that. But as far as the Grammys, I feel like you got to come with you, like bring it. So the gown was a no for me. King Jager.
I like the color. I like Megan. I think that she could have did better on her first time at the Grammys, but I think she was trying to be a little more presentable on a carpet, and she, we know she slayed during the show. So
Right.
yeah.
King Lois.
I loved it. I liked the little slip on the side, how she was showing her leg. I think she just went somewhere different for the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a little bit more appropriate for the Grammys. I loved it. I loved the color. I loved the updo. So I loved it.
Yeah, I like the hair too, by the way. Sorry.
And Sir Edward.
Well, I want to start by saying I just love Megan. I think that she is such a great rapper. I love the way she rides the beat. I think that she was trying to go somewhere different with this look. I think that she was channeling Marilyn Monroe and kind of like the gentlemen prefer blondes, that Marilyn Monroe Madonna look. I
Mm-hmm.
think the fit could have been a little bit better. I think that the color orange resonates more with fall, so I was thinking Halloween, but I liked it. I
Gotcha.
liked it. With all that to say, I still liked it.
Yes. So it looks like, are we divided? Two yeses and two nos, maybe.
Okay, we got a
But we
split
all love
house.
Megan. So okay. So moving on to Doja Cat in a Robert Cavalli dress. Um, I don't know what was going on with this look, but Sir Edward, how are you feeling about it?
I think Doja Cat looked like she got drugged down the streets. I didn't even recognize her in that picture, and I love her. Think that
Oh,
she's great. Um, she's a great new artist. You know what I'm saying? I think she gives me very Lady Gaga. She wants to be seen. She wants the attention. So when people like a lot of attention like that, just give it to them. It's still a no go.
And King Lois?
It's very much a no. It gave me like peacock teeth at the end of her dress. Like it's just a no. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too
Yes.
much.
Y'all know I have a big issue with outfits where the top doesn't look like it belongs with the bottom. And that is exactly what that dress was. It looked like she was going to a wedding in the Peacock Gardens at the bottom, and the top
Yeah.
was going to Spring Fling or something like. I don't. It just was. It didn't match up to me. King Jagger.
I can't stand that lady. Don't like her. Um, she's I got my own personal opinions on that, but it
Me
looks
too.
like
I was trying to stick with the music. I mean, the dress.
right. It looks like she was in the garbage can with Oscar Grouch. That's what happened, and she got out. Yeah.
Oscar Grouch's prom wedding. There it is. All right. Next, moving on down to Billie English in a full Gucci outfit. It seems like that Gucci is a theme this year. A lot of people had on Gucci outfits this year. Alrighty, so King Lois, how are you feeling about the
It's a no. It's a no.
Very quickly.
major chops? Major chops off rip. Yes or no for me too. King Jagger.
No, I like that it's camouflaging. I think it, looks like it's from Dick's Sporting Goods, but otherwise, no.
And Sir Edward.
I feel like Billie Eilish's outfit for the Grammys looked like if gentrification was a picture in the dictionary, it would be that outfit. Gentrification of hip hop.
Alrighty, and with the
Be-
four chopped gentrification, we move right on to her in a velvet Duress suit. Um, I was kind of confused by this outfit. I will say that, like, I was like, I don't really know what's going on. I love the red velvet material. I love the way it looks on her skin, but I was confused. Uh, King Jagger.
I get it. She's like, it's kind of like Zoe Kravitz, but I think Zoe Kravitz does it better. It's whatever. I think she was high or something. It looks like she was high and she just walked outside.
And King Lois.
It was mediocre. I'm in the middle. Like I'm in purgatory about it. Like I want to say no. I want to say yes. Cause the color, I love the color. I'm just in a weird place with it. So I'm indecisive with it. I don't know
And
where I'm into.
gotcha. And Sir Edward.
I love her. I think that she makes some beautiful music. I think that maybe she should think about another stylist next year. I think that she was looking like a modern version Black Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks, that is a great reference.
Mhm.
The Black Stevie Nicks. And following Stevie is the baby in a head-to-toe Dolce and Gabbana outfit. King Jager.
I love it. I like the baby. You know, he could be a little monotonous sometimes, but I think that he did that. I think he did it for hip hop. I love the hip hop at the Grammys like that. Yeah.
And Sir Edward.
You know what? I think that it was a very provocative look for him.
Mm.
It was good to see him dressed up in grown people clothes for a change. So I'm going to give him a good thumbs up. I think it was a good look for him.
King Lois.
He turned it for me. He turned it inside out. He like turned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Turn.
definitely. I will say, like, there was this picture with him and his mom. I absolutely love it. The outfit was like next level for him for me. I feel like he did what Megan tried to do, which was break out of his normal, but he did it in a right way. Not that she did it in the wrong way, but it was executed very well, head to toe, whole look, complete package. Like nothing was missing, nothing should have been added. The brooch, the jacket, the pants, the shirt, the hat, like everything worked. Perfection. That is how you do the Grammys red carpet. So, moving on to, let's go to Janae Aiko in a Mansuni gown. I actually love this look. I am for it. Like, most times, I don't like this pink. Like, this pink is, woo! But I think it was done very, 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 very well. And she looks gorgeous. The dress, like, flows. The way the train, it's like a long train. It gives me, like, a modern Coming to America wedding dress type of feel. So, King Jager?
I love it. The only thing I don't like, and I'll just say I agree with everything you said, so I don't have to say I love it so much. But I didn't like the hair. I think that the what do you call it? Baby hairs.
Yes.
Baby hair.
Yeah, when they look like they're 13, we gotta leave them in the house. All right, let's let someone babysit them. I don't know, but nah, it can't be all the way down here. Come on, y'all.
Gotcha. And Sir Edward?
I thought she looked like a little fairy princess. She's, you know, I mean, I like that she dressed up because I'm so used to seeing her trying to look like Aaliyah, and it's just good to see her dressed up and doing something original.
And King Lois?
I like that she gave me like the swan princess. You know, I love all that kind of carrying on. And it was like a fuchsia. Like I have a fuchsia blazer. So she had did that. I loved it. I love everything about it.
Alrighty. Moving on to Big Sean.
Yeah.
In a tuxedo as well. Would say I actually like the twist of the shawl. Giving me like, I'm doing a black suit, but I'm going to give you something a little special too. Which is very much so what I get from Big Sean. Like, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it a little bit special so you remember. King Jager?
I like Big Sean a lot. I've always followed him. So, kind of like what you were saying about Trevor Noah, he could have did a little something. That's what Big Sean did, and I think he really... Yeah.
And Sir Edward?
Big Sean can do no wrong. That's all I'm going to say. On period. On per.
King Lois?
I loved it. Like, I love both of their looks, but he just added a little spice to his. He just added a little, you know, a little salt, like a little.
Yeah.
He put a little seasoning on it. Like,
Yes, for the seasoning.
Just
I like how everybody did the seasoning.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about the one and the only Beyonce Knowles Carter in her awards accepting dress, the black haute couture dress. Let's start with King Lois.
Did you say Beyonce? That's all you had to say. That's how I'm gonna end it. You said Beyonce, and I'm done.
That was it.
That's it. Beyonce. I'm done.
King Jager.
I hated it. No, I think that Beyonce. First of all, Beyonce is, man, the most beautiful I think she's the most beautiful person alive, first of all. And she slayed it. You know, it was like a Black Panther kind of thing. I feel like she could have been in Black Panther with that outfit, the gold nails, perfection.
Sir Edward.
I am not gonna have the Beehive coming after me, so
Right?
I'm just gonna go ahead and give Beyonce the okay. Whatever you say, Ike. Whatever you like.
Alrighty, I would say, of course, I love this. I think it was unexpected to me. Like, okay, she came out in her little black dress to show them how to do it. Honey, huh?
Nobody knew she was even coming, so
Okay, and then she came out in her little black dress, and did it and sang. Honey, even with a mask on, honey was sitting.
right, that mask
Was sitting.
everything.
So I think she got 4 goals. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we'll be right back.
All right, guys, and we're back on the King Ski Spill. We are back with We the People. It's time where we talk about everything in our community and going on in America. This week, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are on tour. Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're going around the whole country. They're talking to people, bringing people together. It's called the Help Is Here Tour. And so far, they've been around most of the country. With 66 days in office as of today, Joe Biden has already pushed out 100 million vaccines with the coronavirus task force. How are we feeling about Joe Biden in office? Help Is Here tour. Lois.
I love everything what Joe Biden's doing. Even the first ladies out there, and I think she spoke in New Jersey. I'm loving everything what everybody's doing. I think he is doing an awesome job and a phenomenal job trying to bring us back as one. It was so divided when Trump was in office, and he has so much work to do and work that needs to be done, and he's doing a phenomenal job. I love everything what Biden's doing. I love the tour. Um, as people say, people who were even Republicans, I know they're gagging. He was a man of his word. He sent us our 1,400 girls. If you haven't received the 1,400 girls, you will be receiving them in the mail soon. If you have direct deposited, it definitely hit. It definitely hit. It definitely hit. So let's not do him. So I love everything what Biden's doing. He's a man of his word. And if you are a man of your word, I stand by you. So I love him. I love everything what's going on with him.
Right, Sir Edward. What are we thinking about Joe Biden? He recently fell down the stairs. We saw that. But despite that, how is Joe Biden doing with everything? With the Republicans? How are you feeling that he's actually encouraging us to get back together?
Well, I am still waiting on my stimulus.
Oh, okay. It takes
So
time.
until Joe get my money in
Joe.
my account, he is trash.
Oh,
Until I get my money. I did see him trip up them stairs, and
Was
he
it you
provided
that was
me
it with you who
with
had
a
the voodoo doll?
stimulus of laughter. But until I get a stimulus of cash, I'm on the fence because I just don't know about that man.
right. King RJ, anything that we could improve so far? I mean, they should hit 200 million doses for the vaccine by July 4th. What are we thinking about? How's he doing?
Well, I will say this. I think that the first 100 days of a presidency say a lot. So I'm excited to see what his 100-day looks like.
Right.
The presidency is a lot about taking small steps that maybe we don't even see to have a greater outcome. So I think a lot of people are really hard on him right now, but I feel like he has a plan. And I feel like he is the person, and we have the Congress now that we can get a plan, execute the plan, and it go how it's supposed to. Um, I feel like there is the racial, not even racial tension, but the tension of the divide that the Trump administration left is going to be a very hard thing to reunificate. But I feel like as American people, I mean, it's just one thing that we do.
Right.
I mean, we come together. Period. I just think that this time with the divide being so great, that it's going to take a little more work. But I do think that we have the administration, from all the people that he's appointed, all the diversity within the administration, everything. I think that is showing um, that we can get back to that place of unification. And you know, I'm not saying that I agree with everything, but I do think that there are some steps. I think that the government, for once, is trying to look what is best for the American people, and
Right.
that's what I'm happy about.
All right. And Sir Edward, I think you had one last point.
Yes, I just wanted to remind you all that Joe Biden did say that you are not black if you didn't vote for him. And that was where I had an issue with that man because I don't believe that any white person should ever let that come out of their mouth. Ever.
And I do agree. I agree.
Period. Pooh.
Speaking of outrage, recently a young man who they have not called a white supremacist was stalking Kamala Harris's home. He was found with multiple rounds of ammunition, many guns on him. They haven't even really put his picture out there. We're going to put his picture out there because it's a part of public knowledge. I mean, we keep talking about this white supremacy. What will it take for everyone to get on board with stopping white supremacy? The insurrection just happened, right? So one point I'll say this, and I'm gonna throw it to you guys. All those people from the insurrection, where are they? We don't know.
Living their best life.
Right. This guy could have been there at the insurrection, and now he's trying to kill or allegedly kill the vice president. Are we ever going to catch those people? What are we going to do about white supremacy? King RJ.
I think this is, like I said, going back into the point about the divide and trying to, heal it. They did commit crimes. I know that the FBI has been arresting people. I think that they're still arresting people as they, process all the information. Um, but I don't know. I don't think there is an easy solution
No.
to this problem.
Okay. I mean, that's one thought. I mean, I think that people do have TVs and they should see what's going on. Edward, are people just blind at this point, or do they just not want to see?
Honestly, I think that white supremacy is an institution as a whole. So it has been spreading for centuries.
Mm.
It's in our laws. It's where redlining came from, where black people could not even get a house or anything. It's part of the fabric of America. So it's going to take of a lot from everybody to get rid of it and to eradicate white supremacy because it's just been so embedded in the society. So honestly, that's a whole show.
Right. I mean, right. As it continues, I mean, King Lois, any thoughts? There's no. Joe Biden has yet to revoke qualified immunity, which gives the police the right to do whatever they want and blame it on the job. Does it stink from the head? Does the top person have to finally strike it down and make a law against white supremacy?
Yes, it's their responsibility. It's their duty as the being the head. And I'm going to backpedal a little bit, like the young man who killed all those Asians. They're not even saying that's a hate crime. So you already know they're not going to denounce or say anything about white supremacy. They're not going to do anything because this man literally killed predominantly Asian people, and they don't want to consider it a hate crime. I hate to say it, and it's sad to say. Like Sir Edward said, there was a time black people, it was like Jim Crow laws. There was a time we couldn't even get married. There was a time we couldn't even vote.
Interracial, yeah.
It's going to take it's going to take a hell of a lot. And it's going to take the president to step up and actually do something about it.
And that's the key point. The president didn't say, I haven't read anything that the president said about this. So, I mean, that's a black woman who was being stalked outside her home by a regular American. And not in Guantanamo. I think that's something to point out. So the next thing we're going to talk about in our lives, and many of us are LGBTQI of all the la la las, the Vatican. Right? The Vatican has yet to really get on board with gay marriage, gay people. You had Elton John saying that the Vatican funded his last movie, which is a gay movie extraordinaire. Calling it a sin, calling marriage a sin. What does that leave gay people open to, Sir Edward?
Well, I mean, the Vatican doesn't even do anything about all of the children that the Catholic Church is exploiting over the past couple of years, so for centuries. So I really could care less what they have to say about gay marriage because their whole foundation is corrupt.
Right. I mean, $1.9 billion in damages paid out. Lois, do they have a leg to stand on?
I think they have a double standard. I think it's just so sad that people still hold this type of rhetoric, and it's just sad to me. It's just very, 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 very sad. Like Sir Edward said, I really don't care if you don't support me. I won't go to I won't go to your whatever you believe. I just wouldn't go there. So it really did. Like with me, it really didn't affect me because I'm not Catholic. I really don't care what they say because behind us in the confession room, you touching these little boys, and it's just sad. And you want to say what I'm doing is sin. No, what you're doing is a sin. It's taking a child's innocence away from them because you're over there touching them inappropriately. But you want to say that I'm an abomination? No, you're the abomination. My
Right.
opinion.
I do recommend people watch this movie called Spotlight. It's on Netflix. It does talk about the Boston churches and the Catholic churches up there. They actually would move priests around and call it like he was sick or something like that. Like, right? And not say sick in the head, but just a sick leave. And then move the priest to another church.
And to do it again.
So when they were moving people from this church, did they touch a child? What was the reason?
Yeah. Oh, this is full molestation. These guys were molesting people, and they were just. And this is still going on, by the way. So just if you watch that movie, you get a clear sense of what happens with the Catholic Church. They do just move the priests to the next vicinity, and it happens over and over again.
Is it on Netflix, Hulu? What? Oh.
It was on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called Spotlight, and I think everyone should watch it about the Catholic Church. King RJ, any thoughts?
My issue is the back and forth. If you're gonna have a standpoint on it, stand on it and keep it. Don't one day say it's bad, then the next day, oh, we're gonna fund this movie and we're gonna support you guys and we're gonna be all forward, and then next day it's back to being bad. And then if we want to get technical, before the Bible was translated into English, the word that they're using for homosexual was actually pedophile.
Pedophile.
It meant people sleeping with children. So
what they do.
What are we actually talking about here? Because you're trying to cover your sin by using my sin.
Amen.
Well, you heard it. 3 kings plus 1. We said it. We'll be back. The Kings are on break, but you and we've got work to do. It's time for you to like, comment, and subscribe. The little like button goes like that. Then the little comment section. You can comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. And last but not least, subscribe. That's how we'll come back. If we don't come back, what will we do? What will we do? Do it. Let's go. Oh.
Alrighty, welcome back. It's time for Lit Topics.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Alrighty, welcome back. It's time for lit topics,
Cheers, everyone. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
where we get lit and talk about topics. So, the first lit topic this week is the Grammys. So let's talk Grammys, guys. Who's your favorite winner? What was your favorite moment? How do you feel about the show overall? King Jagger.
Um, I thought that it was a interesting show. It was down 50% in the viewers, but I just think that pandemic, blah blah blah. They should really have it on YouTube anyway. Grammys people, I don't know why you have it on CBS anymore. People don't watch that. Put it on YouTube so people can actually stream it from wherever they want. But Grammys, Beyonce, I think that was great. 28-time Grammy winner. The only singer to have that many Grammys. So incredible, legendary.
And it was so nice that that award was um, not only broke that record for her, but it was Megan's first one. So it was kind of a dual award of sorts. I will say that I think right now people are just not in Grammy mood. Like, it's a pandemic. We're still stuck at home. They're in the mood of trying to decide whether they want to get vaccinated or not. We got all these extra strands out, and people just weren't in like a Grammy mood. And then it doesn't really feel like awards season this year. Like every other year, like around this time, we got the Grammys, we got BET Awards, we got American Music, we got CMAs, Oscars, Academy Awards. We got all the award shows, but it doesn't even feel like that time of year right now. But I do think it was a good show. I definitely did like Cardi and Megan's performance.
Ooh.
I thought it was spicy for the Grammys. So, yeah, I liked it. Sir Edward?
I was one of those people that I was having a Sunday fun day, and I just said bump the Grammys. I didn't watch it this year because I just don't feel like the Grammys really resonate with me anymore. I feel like it's just a little whitewashed, and I don't think that it's for my people. So I haven't really paid attention to it for the past couple of years. But I heard about it, and I heard about everybody talking about Cardi and Megan's performance, and I mean, I look at it as nothing more than what we saw in the 80s with like Vanity Six and whatnot. I mean, everybody's wearing lingerie and whatnot in the 80s, so what's so new about it now
Moulin
for everybody
Rouge.
to make a big deal about? I feel like that was the main thing. But one controversial thing that I did hear that it didn't happen at the Grammys, but it was Grammys related. It was Grammys adjacent. I heard that Tamir Rice's mom felt a certain kind of way about the Tamika Mallory performance on the Grammys, and she did make like a post about it, basically saying that these people used her son's name to get famous and be dancing on the Grammys instead of doing what they need to do to bring justice to this black man that was slain. And I do feel like maybe Tamika Mallory shouldn't have been dancing around on the Grammys. But I didn't watch it, so I didn't see her. But that is something that came out of that I was just like,
Gotcha. And King Lois, how are you feeling about it?
I feel like the same way with Sarah Edward. Like I really don't. I haven't been getting into the Grammys for years because there was times where I felt like individuals should have won who looked like me and they didn't won. I feel like the Grammys are not for us, and we need to stop holding this Grammys to a higher standard than the BET Awards. An award is an award, and you should be thankful that you got a reward or you received a reward, however way you want to say it. But I did watch like bits and pieces of it, like the hot shots, like with Cardi B and Megan. I love that. I think the most iconic moment, King Yeager touched on it, but the thing was Beyonce even gagged that she broke the record. Her whole facial expression, like she didn't even know that she broke that record. Like she even gagged, like her mouth was open and everything. Beyonce gagged. As you gagged, I gagged. When she gagged, I gagged. Like, wait, Beyonce, you didn't even know you broke that history, girl. I lived for all of that, so that's what I did for. But I'm not a big Grammy girl. I'm just not. It's not for me. It's not for us. My opinion.
Gotcha. Well, moving on to our next lit topic, something a little more serious. An Indianapolis man killed his 7-year-old daughter,
Oh my
his
God.
baby's mother, her brother, and her cousin, all over stimulus slash tax money. This is such a tragic story. Um, but he's been arrested and charged with murder, robbery, and attempted murder. King Jagger, what is your take on this whole situation?
I mean, in no way am I defending this man or not, but this just goes back to what Americans are going through. The fact that someone decided to kill someone and a child, three other people, multiple generations over money, this money should have been given to us a long time ago. No one should have had to struggle um, throughout this pandemic. And I think that's a part of it. I mean, we really have to look at how people are working 3, 4 jobs just to live. In Georgia, here in Georgia, the minimum wage is $5.50. It's appalling. So I don't agree with it, obviously, but people are stressed, man.
Very disappointed. But this is the thing about everything. He did it to hurt his baby mother because him and the baby mother have a child together. He took his child, the 3 month old, I don't know if it's the child was 3 months or 6 months old. He took that child to his sister's house. So he didn't kill the child they had together. He didn't kill that child, but he killed the other daughter, her mother, her brother, and her cousin. So I understand that we are struggling, and the baby mother, she did survive, but it's just so sad. How can you do that to someone who you say that you love and that you have a child with? Yes, we are struggling. I get that. Yes, we are having hard times. But she offered you a certain amount of coin, but you felt like you deserved more. Nobody's life is worth $1,400.
Right.
No, you took 4 people's life. Yes, we are struggling. Yes, we need this money. But there's something the Bible said, and I'm a firm believer. Money is the root to all evil if you allow it to be the root to all evil. We need money to survive, but nobody's life is worth $1,400. And I'm just baffled. I'm disappointed in my community because he was a black man who had did this. We already have so many things against us. And it's just sad that when we take our own lives for something called for $1, it's disappointing. And it bothered me. And I'm still
It,
affected by it. And I
it
feel
takes it takes a special type of evil to kill a child.
yes.
It's unthinkable. Um, Even if it's not your child, that is a defenseless human being, and you just take their lives and don't care because you killed 3 other people. It is a special place, a special place in hell for people who kill children.
Mm.
Sir Edward, how are you feeling?
Anytime that we are dealing with any type of loss of life, I'm just, taken aback because I'm just really a people person. I'm a big family person. So, with me coming from such a big family and thinking of my nieces and my nephews and all my little cousins and stuff, I just don't think that any amount of money is worth hurting anybody. And especially, no, I shouldn't even say especially a child. All human life is valuable. And I just feel like it's very sad that our people have been put in a position for centuries where we are always conducting ourselves like crabs in a bucket. And it's that type of environment that we grow up in, it's like you either sink or swim. But it's like something that boy just clearly did not have the right he didn't have the mental capacity to make the right decision, and that's on him. But it's also on us as a community because that boy clearly didn't get what he needed growing up. Is to give him the right frame of reference to not put that. I don't know. I just can't even think on that kind of level because I'm just not that type of person. But it's disheartening because it makes you think, who do you want to have a relationship with? It makes you wonder, like, is this person that crazy? Is this person gonna get mad at me because I over some money? It makes you wonder, like, who you can trust. So I don't know, but it just makes you think. It just makes you think. What was you gonna say, Jager?
On just on that, what you were saying, I feel like, yeah, because you never really know, who you date,
Who you
but
dealing with?
signs, you have to look for signs, in people. I'm not saying that she didn't do it or not, but you can start seeing things in the beginning of who you're with, and don't ignore those things, people. Don't.
Right. When you see those red flags, take heed to the red flags. Sadly, this isn't the only shooting that we have to talk about in lit topics this week. And I know two of you are actually in the Atlanta area right now, so this subject is definitely going to hit home. 8 people, mostly women of the Asian descent, were killed in 3 different shootings at Atlanta parlors by a 21-year-old white male. The sheriff's office spokesman said that the killer viewed the spas as a temptation that needed to be eliminated. King Lois, how we feeling?
I'm just very disappointed that it's not considered a hate crime. Yes, you may have a sex addiction, but that's not your place to go in there and shoot it up. That's not your place. That's not your responsibility. I just can't believe he's trying to play it off. Well, I did it because I'm I have a sex addiction and I just feel like that it was a temptation to me and I just felt like da 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 da. No, 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 no. This is a hate crime. Because you didn't go to no the porn store or what's something called the bookstore. You didn't go there. You go to the motherfucking script
The,
club, honey, and shoot the
the
motherfucking
countless
script club up,
spas,
honey, because they have
Keep on,
strip clubs.
bathhouses,
They have
on it.
strip clubs in Atlanta. You didn't
plenty
go in
of
the
them.
strip club and do
Blue
that.
Flames.
So, so you cannot tell me it was not race based, honey. So stop it. And you know what? The police should be ashamed. They should be ashamed of themselves for not calling it a hate crime. Call it what it was. But call it what it is. I'm sorry. But you know what gets me upset? Oh, he's white, so it can't be that. It's not this. It's not that. Da, 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 da. It's not a hate crime. We gotta go more. We gotta investigate a little bit more. Then why did he go to a all predominantly Asian staff places? That's where he went, and that's who he killed. God rest their souls, and I'm disappointed in the police. I am. I'm very disappointed.
Right. Um, Sir Edward, way on in.
Well, I live here in Atlanta, and when I heard about it, I was just like really shocked because I was just like, we already done had enough with people dying in Atlanta, but um, it's terrible that it happened. I really feel like it definitely was a hate crime because even if you rob a bank and you take all the fives, tens, and 20s, just because you don't shoot any, just because you didn't take any ones, don't mean that you aren't a bank robber.
Right.
So the fact that he
Correct.
went in there and killed all those Asian people, and only I think he shot maybe 2 non-Asian people, but at the end of the day, that still is a hate crime. And I think that targeting sex workers or people that work in that sector is still targeting a certain people. So I mean, it still should have been considered a hate crime. I just think that it's horrible. And I just want to say that anytime anybody dies or loses their life is bad to me. I will say that I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of our people on social media crying out against Asian crime and that type of stuff. And I mean, I also want to say, like, when black people are being murdered, how many Asian people do you really see worrying about the people, the police brutality or whatever? So it's like, I'm a toss up on that. Like, I care about Asian people and stuff, but I'm a little bit more concerned about black people about black people being killed by police officers and people who get paid by the government and by our taxes. I do care about our Asian people, but I care really more about our black people. So you will not see me like talking about hate on Asians or anything like that. Like, I don't want anything about anybody doing anything to those people, but I don't see those people jumping up in our defense when stuff happens to us. So
Right.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, and if anybody want to hate on me, bring it. Just bring all the smoke.
And King Jagger?
I think it's irreprehensible what happened. I think that you know, what the police chief said also, that he was having a bad day. And I want to go back a little bit, and I don't mean that the guy who killed for $1,400 or whatever, he was having a bad day and that's why he did it. I think, like we were saying, crabs in the bucket, right? This guy has a police officer come out in a press conference knowing that, you know, he shot a bunch of people and he said he had a bad day. There's a movie, I think it's called Groundhog Day. There's a movie back in the day.
That's
where
my birthday.
Okay. Okay.
February the 2nd.
Right. There's a movie where a guy goes on a killing spree and he goes, you know, people are just like, oh, he had a bad day, you know. I don't think you go and kill a bunch of Asian people just because you're having a bad day.
Or kill in general, for that matter.
Or killing, right? Because people have bad days. You don't go out and shoot your neighbor. You don't do all these things. But this man had a pre-planned thought, right? This goes back to the past president, President Trump, who started with calling the coronavirus the Kung Flu virus, or the Kung Flu, the China virus, so many other different names that he had for the coronavirus. And the spike in Asian hate did go up during his time. So I wonder why these people are not calling it or calling out white supremacy. That's what we should be against. It's white supremacy, not against Asian hate. There is no real Asian hate, right? There's something that Donald Trump pushed up, and just like they did with 9/11, when people wanted to go against Muslim people. There is no real concerted effort to stop Asians from making money, from having employment, from owning homes, from getting bank loans, from getting loans for their businesses. Nothing, right? So there is no concerted overall thing where people are hating on Asians. We have to stop that. Asian people, get on our side, condemn white supremacy, be anti-racist. That's what we need people to be. Anti-racist, not just against things about black people, but be anti-racist first.
And I will say, just speaking on that, you know, even though we're seeing all this, you know, people for the Asian culture and stuff, you really don't see white people like, no, we don't care about Asians, it's all lives. Like, where was that energy? Because that's exactly what we got when we tried to tell y'all that we matter. But now that they're saying that they matter, y'all don't care. Like, it's not a battle with y'all. Why is everything with us a battle? But they can just do what they want and say what they want. But we're going to take a moment of silence for all the people that we talked about that have lost their lives. Alrighty, so now we're going to switch gears and get to something that's good news in the lit topics. So, in Pennsylvania, a 70-year-old Marine vet, James Cowboy Johnson, noticed that his neighbor's house was on fire. And him and two young men, well, they called 911 first, and then he went and kicked down the door, rescued his neighbor whose hair was on fire, and they put his hair out, and then the ambulance and stuff came to put out the fire. So I would just first like to say shout out to James Cowboy for doing what
Yeah,
needed to
boy.
be done. Okay. Not only are you a Marine vet and all of that, but this is a black man. So big kudos to you, James, from the King's Tea Spill. Alrighty, let's weigh in on it, Sir Edward.
Well, you know, I love a hero. I love a hero, and the fact that they kicked the door in and went in there and got them out and put that hair out. Hey,
They
hey,
stopped.
King Lois.
like a good neighbor.
Okay.
Cowboy was there.
Cowboy was there. Yes. King Lois.
You know, I live for everything like that because, you know, I'm Lois Lane. He done kicked the door down, done saved us.
Yes.
Like Edward said, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, honey. State Farm was there. He was the State Farm, honey.
Okay.
And then, and then the other thing is this. I feel like a Marine is always going to be a Marine.
Yes.
And
Very much so.
that's what he was like. Even though he's no longer serving, he still had that Marine mentality. Even though he's putting his own self at risk, he knew people were in that home. And let me tell you something. To put someone's hair out, that was everything.
Okay.
You saved that hair?
Oh, God.
Honey,
Honey, somebody might have to get a wig.
King Jaker.
You know, when a hero comes along with the strength to carry
Oh
on.
my God, Mariah Carey.
I'm a lamb. I'm a lamb.
No, awesome. You can't even say nothing bad. I think it's great. When you see something, you do something. He helped out, so yeah.
Yes, he definitely did. Alrighty, so next we're going to talk about some celebrity siblings that people might not know about. Well, let's start off with one that I think people kind of know. Eddie and Charlie Murphy.
Mm.
Of course, you know, Eddie Murphy is a household name, and I think Charlie Murphy actually, for me at least, is a household name as well.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I loved him on Chappelle's Show. He's been in countless movies, just doing all these things, and was such a comedy legend and icon, very much so. So did you guys know about these two?
Yeah.
Mm.
I did. So they resemble. Like, if you look at them, they resemble. Like I didn't gag when they said they were brothers. I could tell because they resemble, like right up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just took me like a second to think like they're like real brothers, like they grew up together, same mom, same dad, like they were there. Alrighty, so next is gonna be Tasha and Sidra Smith, who are actually twin sisters.
Yeah, they're twins.
Yes. It's so funny because I got to meet Tasha Smith. She had came to K-State for a women's event, and she's just like strikingly gorgeous in person. Like she is absolutely beautiful, and I can only imagine that her sister is just as beautiful because they're identical twins.
Right.
So, did you guys know about this one? Did you guys know that Tasha had a twin sister?
I knew that she had a twin sister. My sister, who lives here in Atlanta, she's an actress. And so Tasha Smith, she also does acting workshops.
Oh, okay.
And her sister actually came to one of the workshops one time. And my sister was telling me about it. So, yeah, I knew that.
Gotcha. Either one of you two, King Jagger or King
I
Lois?
didn't know that she had a sister. I thought it, when she came up, you know, of course, it's like, whoa. And there's a funny video, if y'all see, Sidra, right? Is her name?
Yes.
She was in a liquor store, and these two women like, I know that's you, Tasha Smith. Why kind of pretend? She's like, I'm not Tasha Smith.
Okay.
She was going with it.
Tell the people.
It was funny.
Okay. Here's one you guys might not have known about. Bill Bellamy and Shaq are cousins. Yes. So, How to Be a Player, Def Comedy Jam, Bill Bellamy, and NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal are actually cousins.
The Lakers.
Wow.
Yes. Next, we have Chad Johnson and Selena Johnson, like the singer.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Chad-
are actually brother and sister. They have the same.
What?
Yeah, they are brother and sister.
Wait, you mean Ocho Cinco?
Yes, Chad and Selena Johnson are brother and sister.
And I Am Your Woman, Selena Johnson.
Yeah.
They tried to play her in that article because they was like, they tried to say that like her claim to fame was in that Kanye West song, but I'm Your Woman came out way before that song came out with Kanye. They tried to play sis.
Next, we're going to talk about two musical legends, Casey and JoJo and Fantasia are actually cousins.
I'm from North Carolina, and I didn't even know that.
See,
you should know that.
They're going to take away your North Carolina card.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know.
I ate too much barbecue.
All righty, and finally, Martin Lawrence and Christopher Martin are cousins.
I gagged at that.
Who is Christopher Martin?
Christopher Martin is from Kid and Play.
Oh!
Yes.
He was in North Carolina too, in Durham.
Huh?
Which one?
He spends a lot of time in Durham, North Carolina.
Play.
Yes.
Okay, the
dark skinned one.
No, the dark one. The dark one.
The dark skin one. The dark skin one.
Yes.
The chocolate.
Sexy one.
You know,
Right. Right. The sexy one. Yes.
Okay.
I ain't trying to come at you, nothing, Cap. No cap. No cap.
Hey, hi. By the way, I'm single. Shut the fuck.
So,
by the way, hi, Quavo, whatever you say how his name is, Quavo. I got my own place in Georgia, so, salty, hey.
Alrighty then.
I did it.
And speaking of siblings, that brings us right to our viral video of the week. So this week's viral video is an extra special video about a little boy who saw his brother about to have a temper tantrum and decides that it's his job to calm him down. So take a look.
Breathe. Again. See, you have to calm down.
So what are we thinking about this video? King Jagger?
I think it's really sweet. We need more of that in our community and all over the world, but we need it in our community. We're so quick to hype people up and be like, go, or whatever, or world star. But he did the opposite, and it's a beautiful thing. Like you said last week, I think the next generation is the one that's going to save us, and that's evident there. I think so.
Yes, I'm definitely a big person on being my brother's keeper, and this is like a flawless example of that. He literally was his brother's keeper. He saw his brother in distress. Mind you, I feel like in back in his mind, he knew what was going to happen if he had the temper tantrum. They were both going to get in trouble, and it was not going to be good. So he was like, you know what? Let me step up. Let me calm it down. Let's get it together. This ain't what you want. King Lois, how you feeling about it?
I thought it was awesome. I try to do that with my friends because I always tell them, like, count to 10, calm yourself down. Because one thing you cannot do, once you put something out into the world and you say something, you cannot take it back. So always think before you speak, because you can apologize about what you said, but that person who you said that to, it still affects them, and you still don't take that hurt away. So I always tell people before, a lot of people come up to me like, such and such happened, Lois, da-da-da-da-da, and I tell them, think about it, calm down, try to calm down, look at it from a different perspective before they even confront the situation. So I loved everything about it. And like King Jagger said, we need more, especially in our community, we need more of that because like he made a valid point. Everything we want to do, we always want to do world stars this, world stars that. Instead of trying to diffuse the situation, we provoke the situation, and it's bad and it's sad. But to see two children, to see a child understand and calm his brother down, even though, like King RJ said, there were going to be repercussions if that was a tantrum for both of them. Still, for a child to understand and to get it and grasp it, and for adults not to get it, it's just sad. And I loved everything about Loved everything. It's beautiful.
Yes, and Sir Edward.
You know, that video, me being the oldest of 10 siblings,
Oh
I
wow.
was that sibling that kept you from getting your whooped. So I really appreciated that video. But I also had to think in another way. I wonder, was that the parent recording that?
Yes, I believe it was his mother recording.
Okay. And so with that, it's kind of like when you see like your kids doing good, it puts like a little soft spot in your heart, you know. So
Hmm.
I thought it was really sweet, but I don't know why I just always was just like I wonder who recorded that. So I was just like when you see something happening, when they be like, why are you just standing by and recording instead of doing something? But I guess the kid was already doing her job for her. So that's she already raised one good kid. So that one good kid can raise the rest of them.
Okay, he definitely knew when
Just
to.
a funny spin on that, you know?
Yeah, he definitely knew when to step in and step up.
Right.
That's for sure. Well, guys, we'll be right back with the King's final thoughts. Alrighty, so we're gonna take a second to let Sir Edward tell you guys where you can find him, what kind of projects he's working on, and all that good stuff. Sir Edward.
All right. Thank you guys for having me again. I just want to say it's been a great opportunity. You can always find me on my social media. I'm always on Instagram. You can search my hashtag, which is Edward Poppington. That's EdwardPoppington, Edward Poppington. That is also my YouTube channel where you can also find my latest project. I just finished up a web series where I was the sound person and the wardrobe, and the name of the series is called Fan Mail. You can find fan mail on I'm not on my Instagram, but on my YouTube channel. I created a playlist. So if you go into the playlist, you'll see fan mail and you can check out all the episodes in order as they're being played.
Alrighty, we'll be right back. Alrighty, once again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in, but you know we can't leave you without our final thoughts. This week, we're going to start with our guest host, Sir Edward.
Thank you guys for having me. I just want to say for my final thought is the universe or God, whoever you serve, is not going to give you more or what you want until you appreciate what you have. I think that being appreciative for what you have in your life is very important in order for you to grow to your next level.
Alrighty, King Jagger.
So guys, I just wanted to tell you about me, what's going on. I have my pillow collection. They are all original designs. They are very firm. You can hug them. You can actually take them off too and wash them. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
that.
Come on, Ross.
Many different little things there. Many
Wash and
different designs.
reuse.
So one thing I did want to say really quick before we get I don't want to be too serious, but I wanted to point out something for my final thought, and stay with me, guys. I want you all to watch this weekend. Okay, you have 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes. Please pause and go on Netflix. And I know you all have Netflix. You're sharing passwords. I know it. Go watch A Love Song for Latasha. Okay. It's only 15 minutes long. It's a very visual story. It's a beautiful story, or beautiful movie, I shouldn't say. The story is not beautiful. It's about Latasha Harlins, who was shot down over $1.79 of orange juice back in the 90s. She was shot in the back of the head by a lady named Soon Jadu, sorry, who was an Asian shop owner who accused Latasha of stealing. Latasha actually had $3 on her pocket when she was found. Her mother sent her to the store because her mother always sent her to the store. And she was shot for only $1.79. The lady Soon Jadu only had to serve 400 hours of community service, $500 restitution fees, and she paid a part of her funeral expenses. Okay. It's a horrific video out there. If you would dare to watch it, you see Sunja grab Latasha and try to hit her. And Latasha, who is, by the way, Latasha was 15 years old. Okay, she was a little girl. She wanted to get She wanted to be a nurse. Okay. She's grabbed, and then you see her push the lady away, and then the lady shoots her in the head.
Oh,
Um, yeah, this movie is directed by two beautiful black women. It is nominated for an Oscar. The black women are Garrett Bradley and Sophia Nally Allison. It's nominated for an Oscar this year, so go support it, watch it. Best documentary short. Please watch it. It's a beautiful movie, and I think you'll enjoy it.
and thank you for informing us with that because I didn't know anything about that. Thank you so much. I didn't
You're welcome.
know.
And King Lois?
What my final thought would be: always remember, forgive, but not forget. Forgiveness starts with you. You forgive people for yourself.
Mhm.
Don't forget, but forgive them for healing, to reach your next level, and to reach the potential what you're supposed to be. Remember that it's for you. It's not for them. It's for you. Forgive, but never forget. Love y'all.
So beautifully said. My final thought this week would be remember that we are our brother's keeper. Um,
Amen.
in those moments, it is so easy to egg on and provoke and create and enrage the chaos. But at the end of the day, is it really worth possibly losing a life?
Amen.
Um, is it really worth possible jail time? Is it really worth the consequence of that action? Take a moment, get yourself centered, and make sure you look out for the ones that are in your corner. As we always say on King's Tea Spilt, keep your head up and your crown on, and we out of here.